Hello guys, my name is Ritik Maheshwari and let's continue the series on pandas. So till now we learned about the basics of the pandas, which are series and data frame objects. We also saw some of the frequently used operations on the data frame like shape, head and tail. Also we discussed about how can we access a single or the multiple columns from the data frame and how can we access a single or the multiple rows from the data frame using a lock and ilock function. If you are not familiar with this topic, you can watch my previous video by clicking on the I button showing on the top right corner of your screen right now. Now in this video I am going to discuss about indexing in data frame and how can we set, reset and use index. So instead of jumping over a formal definition of the indexing, I want to explain it using an example. Suppose I have a table containing a data related to around 1 million of the employees and I want to get a information related to a single employee. Then there are the multiple ways to do this. One way is to search in the entire data set, but this will consume a lots of time and it is not an efficient way. And another way is to create an index. Suppose I create employee ID as an index. Now if I want to get the information related to the employee number 4, so I just use an index to get the information. You can relate it if you are reading a book and you want to get a content related to a specific topic, then you won't search the entire book for that topic. You just jump over a index page and find the corresponding page number of it. In the same way we create an index, suppose employee ID here, and if I want to get the data related to the employee number 4, I just use employee number 4 as a label here to fetch the entire information related to it. This will become more clear to you once we jump over the implementation. So let's start with a simple data set. Here I have created a dictionary employee containing a employee ID, name, email and the department number of the 8 employees. Now let's first cast this dictionary into a data frame. So let's import pandas as pd and create a variable df here and pd dot data frame to cast the dictionary. So let's copy this and paste it here and let's print the data frame. So let's run this. So here we got our data frame. We have casted this dictionary into a data frame, so which contains the 4 columns: employee ID, name, email and the department number and the data related to the 8 employees. So here we have a default index as 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Now suppose I want to get the data corresponding to the index number 1. So as we discussed in our previous video, we can use the log function here. So df.logs and pass the index number 1 here. Let's run this cell. So we got the data corresponding to the index number 1. But using a default index is not a best practice because this index is not showing any kind of the detail. Like if I want to get the data corresponding to any employee ID, I want search using a default index. So let's create a employee ID as a default index first. So for this we need to call df.set index and pass employee ID here because we want it as a default index. So here we got the employee ID as a default here we got the employee ID as an index, and now we don't have any default index here. So let's see our data frame. So in our data frame it doesn't make any change. So this is just an overview of the indexing, that how does our indexing looks like if I create employee ID as an index. To make these changes permanent inside our data frame, we need to pass the another argument as in place is equals to true. This will make the changes in our data frame too. Let's run this and now let's run this cell again. So here we got our changed data frame. Now let's look on the data related to the employee number 1. So for this we can use the again log function and employee number 1. Now I can directly use E01 here to get the data corresponding to employee number 1. So here we got the data corresponding to the employee number 1, that is name is John, email is john@gmail.com and department number is 10, and it is a kind of the series object. Now if I want the data corresponding to the multiple employee ID, that is I want the data of the multiple employees here, so we need to pass the list of the employees. So df.log and pass the list of the employees, like I want the data of the employee number 1 and I want the data of the employee number 5. Let's run this. So here we got the data corresponding to the two employee ID, employee number 1 and employee number 5. Now I can also access a single column corresponding to the label or the index. Suppose I want the df.log and corresponding to the employee number 6, I want the email of this employee number 6. So for this I need to pass the employee number 6 and I want the email of this employee number 6. So let's run this. So here I got the email of the employee number 6 at justine@gmail.com. Let's verify it. So employee number 6 email is justine@gmail.com. So this is how we can fetch the data of any employees by using a employee ID as a index and passing it inside a log function. Now we can also reset the index to the default. For this we need to use df.resetIndex and pass in place equals to true. Run this cell. Now just see our data frame. So let's run this. So here we got our default index again as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now let's do Stack Overflow annual survey data and apply this all operations over that data frame. Now let's load the Stack Overflow annual survey data inside the data frame. So for this we need to first create a variable, suppose df survey, and as the data is inside the CSV file, so we need to call the read CSV method here, and inside which we need to pass the path along with the name of the file. So we have the file named survey results public inside the data directory. So data survey results public.csv. Let's run this cell. Now let's print the df survey here. Okay, so we have the df survey here, but some of the columns are not visible here and not all the rows are visible here. So we are not going to print all the 88,000 rows, but I want to see all the columns. So for this I need to use pd.setOption, and inside which we need to pass a argument as display.max columns, and how many columns we want. So here we have around 85 columns, so I will print all the columns. So display.columns 85. Now let's print df survey here. So here we got all our 85 columns. Now what does this each column mean? Suppose this hobbyist column, what does it means? This open, what does it means? What does each column means? We have another CSV file inside our data directory, which is survey results schema. It will give the schema of the entire data frame we have above. So df schema equals to pd.read CSV, and inside the data directory we have the survey results schema, and let's run this. So here we got an error, so we just made a mistake, like okay, so .csv, don't forget to pass the extension too. Now let's see what does this df schema contains. Let's run this cell. So here we got the df schema data frame. Suppose here the hobbyist column in the above data frame means the do you code as a hobby, means the developer is code as a hobby or not. And what does this open sourcer means? How often do you contribute to the open source? Like we have a certain open source community. So this column is the developer, whether the developer contribute to any open source community or not. So here all the rows are not visible. So we need to pass another function to see the all the rows. So I will copy this here and paste it here, control V, and instead of max column we want the rows. How many rows does it have? All the 85 rows. So let's run this. So not rows, it should be max rows. Let's run this and now see what does this df schema looks like. Let's run this. So here I got all the 85 rows. Now in this df schema we have the default index as 0 1 2 3 4, but I want this column which contains the column's name as a index. So for this I need to use the df schema and I want to set index, df schema dot set index, and I want this column as a index now. So this column as an index now, and to make the changes inside the data frame 2 I need to pass in place as true in the argument. And let's run this. Now let's print this df schema. So here I got the column as a index. Now if I want to get the what does this hobbyist column means, if I want to see what does this hobbyist column means, I need to pass only a df schema. I need to use the log function here, dot log, and what does that hobbyist column means. Let's run this. So the hobbyist column means that do you code as a hobby, that whether the developer is coded as a hobby or not. Now suppose I want this question text along with the hobbyist column, that I just want to see this text only, that do you code as a hobby. So for this I need to use df schema dot log, and I want the hobbyist columns question text column question text. So let's run this. So I got the question text here, do you code as a hobby. That's it for now. Now in the next video we are going to see how can we sort the data frame using an index in the ascending or the descending order. And if you find this video informative and useful, do like the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and share this video with your friends, and stay tuned for more.